I always get a big smile when I start recording. If you ever see me, if you watch enough of these videos or seen some in the past, every time I hit that record button and I go live, I just feel good. It feels natural. I just have the face for the camera. I don't know. No. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. But every time I go to record or make content, even if it's just audio, on my podcast, when I go to hit record, I'm smiling because I just feel good. I feel great. I love recording and contributing and passing it on, not just for prosperity's sake, not just so I can hear my own voice in the future. I actually, like most people, I don't like my own voice. But when I go to make this process and make it happen, it just feels right and it puts a smile on my face. So I'm putting this out on YouTube. I started out on YouTube, it was a little rough. It wasn't as simple as, say, a Facebook Live, just one button, start, stop, make it happen. There was editing and uploading and descriptions, and at the time it just felt not so fluid for me, especially when I was starting out. I mean, you got little kids opening up presents or toys and getting millions of subscribers because they're unwrapping stuff. They can do it, I can do it. And also, LinkedIn, I love you. I like putting stuff on there. But this 10-minute time limit that I've got to get my message out, I know that they're not trying to make it into a movie, a mini-series, some kind of docudrama where I get to talk on for hours. But 10 minutes, I just need a little more time. Don't cut me off so soon. I'm usually winded enough for anywhere from, I think, 15 to 30 minutes. And that's my cutoff. I like 30 minutes is pretty good. As far as content goes and not feeling rushed, leaving anything out, allowing my natural tangents to happen and for me to work my way back to where I was initially going with everything. All right. So yeah, we'll go back to YouTube, try it out, and shoot, there's a huge audience there. I've gotten more pull and feedback on other social media platforms, but let's be diverse. Let's try something different and get out of my comfort zone. So what I want to talk about in this video, and actually this is probably going to be shorter than most, and what I want to give back is my thanks, my kudos. So on LinkedIn, they have this feature where you can give a kudos, as it says, a thank you, an appreciation of what you're doing. You put their name in there, it's got some font and frame around it, and it looks great. Always for me, not what I like to do or present. Just like this week, I had interviews for a promotion. The face-to-face ones were fantastic. I nailed it. I killed it because people can see my passion, my emotion, and the force with which I project, discuss, and speak to what I love and what I do and what I'm about. But the very last interview in the process was a phone interview, and I was nervous going into it because once again, it wasn't something I was comfortable with. I like being in front of people. I like people seeing me and seeing my emotions, hand gestures, whatever it is, right? Because we do communicate a lot with our body. And just being able to look to somebody's face and see it and feel it and be like, yes, I'm buying what you're selling, right? And that's a lot of sales too, by the way. It's not the numbers and the metrics, it's who you are and what you're about and making that connection. You want to be great at real estate, you want to be great at selling anything, being a salesperson of some kind. Work on yourself, work on who you are, bringing that passion to the sale. Because there's probably somebody out there who's cheaper, there's probably somebody out there who can throw in more bennies. So what's going to differentiate you is your character and them not buying the product, not buying the opportunity, buying you. So I would have made a great salesman, by the way. And I still can. Opportunities out there for it, all right? I'm selling you right now on me and how I conduct and carry myself. But so I had a phone interview, and I was nervous because I really, it's raining, sorry. I wanted the passion to come through. And I even said during the interview, I said to the individual, after I got done talking about my career, what I was about, where I was trying to go, and how I was trying to get there. And I even followed it up with, hey, I hope that you can feel and my passion resonates, through my cell phone to you. I hope that you can hear it in my voice, like what I'm about. And then an individual was, yes, absolutely. You're landing the mark. And so that was reassuring in that regards. And now going forward, if I ever have to do a phone interview, just being myself, being what I'm about, and bringing that tone to the conversation, I'll handle it good. I got out of my comfort zone, and now I'm a little more comfortable. Life lesson 101. Practice what you preach. I do it every day, folks. The stuff I throw out at you, I'm not just whistling Dixie. I've done it before. I'll keep doing it. And it works. And if something I'm telling you to do doesn't work for me or stops working for me, I'll tell you as such. Hey, this advice I gave you all last year, they don't work anymore. Let's try something different. Change is inevitable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And so what I wanted to speak to here in this format at this moment in time to you all is the kudos, right? So see, look at me in my tangents, man. I can do it. I can do it the best of them. Get side railed and speak and talk and come on over, buddy. There we go. Is the kudos and saying a little blurbage, but where's the passion? Where's the oomph? Where is the steak in my steak dinner? You know what I'm saying? So I want you to see in my face and know right here, Joel Espaillat. He is my senior facility manager, data center manager at CoreSite. He is responsible for VA 1 and 2, the second largest site in the portfolio, the anchor of the VA market, if you will. And he is who I'm giving kudos out here. I want to recognize him. I've been at VA 1 and 2 working under him for about the last 3 months. And every day has been so rewarding, such a pleasure. And I'm so grateful to Chris Latier, who's been one of the strongest mentors of mine, but even in his own progression, kind of lost our connection there, right? He got promoted into a senior manager role, so he wasn't my direct lead as a manager at the time, so I had a different manager. That was great. That manager still gave me opportunities, but the reason I came to CoreSite really was Chris Latier and being able to learn from him. Chris Latier, VA3, senior facility manager. I was still able to pick his brain, go to him for counsel, and that was great. But then he got promoted to director. Great for him. Couldn't be happier for his success. And we got even more distance between us, per se, right? Not that continuous daily one-on-one interaction that I was getting from him. So it didn't stunt my growth, but I mean, when I go to work and I'm trying to absorb and learn and replicate and duplicate and pick people's brain and become the best I can in this field I'm a novice still at it, in the technical nitty-gritty of it. Going to VA 1 and 2, a fully built out, larger site, more connectivity, more customers, more impact, more issues. When I went to VA3 and seeing how busy I felt, and in reality, we aren't. Still a little baby data center in the grand scheme of things. I mean, when it's all said and done in a few years, it's going to be a behemoth, and it's going to be awesome. I just passed Dulles Airport, so a jet was coming over. Every time on this exit ramp, there's always so much traffic, and there's always a jet just not I know it's a lot higher than a few hundred feet above me, but it feels like it's only a few hundred feet above me. So yeah, when VA3 is fully built out and need somebody of my caliber again, I'll answer the call. But in the meantime, VA1 and 2 and the opportunities it presented, being able to work with Joel has been nothing short but awesome. And every day, learning something different, knowing that I, as every true leader should be, being able to knock on his door, walk into his office, whatever he's doing on his computer, whatever he's doing at the time, he makes time. And I see him doing it with all the other techs too. Whenever they need a training opportunity, assistance. Today we were short-staffed, and so be it. Our 2 heaviest telecom technicians happen to be on PTO. And so a remote hands came in. We needed assistance. I didn't want to screw it up, especially with the sensitive customer. I said, Joel, you got a second? Absolutely, no problem. And so being able to go to my senior facility manager, the guy for the site who has high level things to worry about, but come down to the deck plate, lead it with the technicians, like that resonates when you're not afraid to get dirty, lend your expertise. That's awesome, right? That is awesome. And once again, just another quality and caliber of a leader that I think everybody should aspire to. So things that I'm passionate about, to me, when I go down my mental checklist of what it means to be a leader, and he hits every mark, I know I'm in the right place. He's been in the data center industry a lot longer than me. And where Chris comes from a facility background, you know, infrastructure, cooling, heating, electrical, Joel comes from the network connectivity, telecom side, just as important, just as critical, right? Sure, you can keep the lights on, but if the data's not going anywhere, right? When we talk about the cloud and internet and connectivity and fiber and the speed of light with which I'm able to record this, send this, transmit this globally in a heartbeat, right? Well, that flows through telecom. And so being able to learn from him, not only on the leadership front, managing a larger site, the nuances of that, the way he treats his day-to-day, the way he stays late to help out technicians on their qualifications, to help me with any questions in my mind that I think for a second are silly, but you know, we all do that. We all go, my question, it's not that important. It's silly. I probably should know the answer. I still have the same thoughts, right? Like I'm not, you know, I'm not susceptible to the same type of emotions and feelings that y'all have. When I'm sitting at my desk and something pops up and I'm like, I got a question on this. I probably should know the answer. I feel like I should know the answer. Just go ask Joel. Go ask somebody that you know knows the answer to confirm or deny what you think is the answer, right? No need to spin your wheels on it. Ask for help. Be humble. Maybe it's something I should know. I forgot. I didn't write it down. Somebody told me it at some point. Maybe I've been told it 10 times. And 10 times wasn't enough. I need 11. But knowing that I can go to my leader, I can go to Joel, ask him the question, he'll explain it to me, show me the process, committed to me understanding and learning the process. Freaking leader, man. A freaking leader. Sun's coming through and I don't have sunglasses. Nope. Okay. I'm just gonna have to squint. Kudos, kudos, kudos. Seriously, big ups to Joel. The military made me a leader for all the right reasons. But on the civilian side of the house, not a veteran, right? Just as much weight, more. So like, it's funny because we talk about our process. I say we, and then on top of that, anybody who's been a chief, gone through initiation. And yes, there was a moment there where we didn't call it initiation and called it something else. I can't even remember, but it's back to being called initiation. We go through initiation. But going through that process of really trying to define what it means to be a leader. And I can't stress enough that so many times I questioned it and didn't want anything to do with it. Almost fought against the thought of becoming a chief. And, you know, that's me being young, immature, jaded. Once again, human emotions getting the best of me. But once finally embracing it, accepting it, being selected, going through the initiation, having a great mess, having a great bunch of individuals to show me what it means to be a chief, and then building upon that every year as being a part of the mess. So after I went through the initiation, I went to become one of the members of the mess, and was a treasurer. So just a little quick background on me. I was a treasurer for the mess, just to get a little taste of what it means to actually be not only part of it, but run it, be organized in that regard, to be responsible for that aspect of the CPOA, Chief Petty Officers Association. And then only as my second year in as a chief to be like, I want to be the president. Like, that would have never happened on the carrier. On the carrier, there's so many chiefs, so many people that probably more senior. Maybe they just want the title to be able to put it on their eval. I knew chief was my terminal pay grade at that point. Like, I wasn't dying to make senior chief, and that wasn't what it was about for me. It was just about leading the organization, taking it in the path that I think it should go, trying to implement change. Nothing drastic or crazy, you know, but being the agent of change, driving the force. So I ran for CPOA president, got elected by my peers. They supported me. I learned a lot. Every time I stumbled or failed or had an issue in the mess, they were quick to tell me I was jacked up, but then how I needed to fix myself. So I loved being a part of the mess. And so I'm telling you all this because when I can look at Joel and be like, he would have been awesome in the mess. He would have made a great chief petty officer and then some. Like, that's what I want for my leader. You know, something that he had no part of, will never be a part of, but knowing that he could walk into a chief's mess today and fit right in with the culture and climate that we set there is awesome. And I think that's something that a lot of people are afraid of when they leave the military, when they talk about, and I heard it during my transition of like, you're gonna lose the mess, but don't let it ruin you. So there was different sides of it. I heard there's things from the Navy that you're gonna lose. Don't be upset about it. Or things are gonna be different. Things that you could fall back on, like the mess, such a tight-knit brotherhood and sisterhood that's got your back. Right, there's not gonna be something exactly like that outside. And even some people were like, you're just gonna lose it. It's not gonna be there. And you're gonna have to find something else to fill that void. But in reality, what I've got here with my peers and my superiors alike in leadership, we have our own mess. And it's awesome. And it's just as rewarding, just as collaborative, just as accountable, right? Because that's the whole point of the mess, is everybody's got their flaws, everybody's got their weaknesses, but when you come together, you erase those weaknesses, you build upon the strengths, and you're a perfect unified front. That's what the mess is supposed to be about. But it starts also with not only teaching, training, collaborating, but also having accountability. So when somebody's screwing up, you can go, hey man, not cool, let's fix you, let's do it right. Don't blow off steam, don't blow off handle in front of the troops, right? I mean, that's how you got to go into war and battle, right? I mean, that is why we have the Chiefs Mess in the Navy, and so very proud to be a part of that organization. When for the longest time I used to talk so much mess about it and wanted nothing to do with it, but we grow, right? So I thought this would be quick, but once again, ain't nothing quick with me when I'm talking and rambling and expanding and expounding upon what what I believe in, what I'm passionate about. So, I mean, the last 3 months with Joel have been awesome. And if you hear me talking about it, it almost sounds like a relationship. That's because it is. It's real. It's genuine. It's being transparent, holding accountability. What are we doing bad? What do we need to improve on? What are we doing well? And what do we need to celebrate? Holy crap. That sounds like a recipe for success in any organization. So I am very grateful to have the opportunity to work for Joel. And just thinking about it, like, he's my boss, but I want to make him proud. Like, doesn't that sound like a father figure? I don't even know how old the guy is. I think we're the same age, to be truthful, or I might be older. But when I can, one, go to him, and when I see he needs a pick-me-up or needs advice, I can give it back to him, right? It's not a one-way street on mentoring. It should be a two-way street, especially if you have something to contribute to give back to your leader, your boss, whoever that individual is, right? Nobody's above feedback, for sure. The great leaders know how to embrace any kind of feedback and provide an avenue for it. So when I'm able to go to him and help him out or give him my critique of the situation, give him all the information, and at the end of the day, when he makes the executive call, when he makes the decision, I've got his back. Good, bad, or indifferent, right? Just like the Chiefs mess. You go in the Chiefs mess and you may not agree with how we're going to conduct business, and you discuss that all behind closed doors with the leadership. And when you walk out the Chiefs mess, you're a unified front. That's how you accomplish great things. So I go to him, I've got his back, just like I told Chris, I got your back. I will always support you. If you're doing something I don't agree with, I'll let you know. But beyond that, they're my supervisor. Respect the chain of command. But I truly want to not impress him, not wow him. He knows what I'm about. I'm not chasing accolades. I want to do right by him. I want him to come to me and go, Rico, I can't survive without you. Rico, I'm so glad you're here. Just like I want my technicians to come to me and go, I'm glad I work for you. I'm glad I made the decision to come to Coresight, to leave where I was at. Like, I go home every day feeling fulfilled and satisfied because you remove the obstacles, you remove the roadblocks, you foster my ideas, you're open to them, you treat them like your own. And when I have a victory, you celebrate them for me and give me the accolades that everybody wants when they do great things. I could keep talking about it, and I might, but in another video and on a different podcast. Kudos to Joel Espaillat. Great dude, learned so much, and I could not be happier to work for him and with him. So thank you very much. It is my honor and pleasure, and I hope to keep doing you right, amigo. Thanks.